Some NBA wins feel good, but some NBA losses, those feel legendary. There are defeats so dramatic, so shocking, so perfectly delivered that the losing team becomes the story. Super teams crumble, dynasties crack, and fan bases around the world watch with the same guilty little grin. Tonight, we're diving into the most satisfying losses in modern NBA history. The meltdowns that created memes, the collapses that rewrote legacies, and the moments where the underdog didn't just win, they humiliated a favorite. Buckle up. This is going to hurt someone's feelings. Number 1. Miami Heat versus Dallas Mavericks 2011. Miami didn't just enter the 2011 finals with confidence. They entered like a team that had already held the parade. LeBron, Wade, Bosh, the not one, not two, not three Heat. The league had crowned them months before tip-off, but across the court stood a Dallas team, built like a quiet storm. No drama, no ego, just Dirk Nowitzki, a cast of overlooked veterans, and the coldest expression you've ever seen in an elimination game. Miami took the spotlight. Dallas took the series. LeBron's scoring dropped nearly 9 full points. The biggest finals plunge ever. The Heat froze against Dallas's zone. And in Game 6, even in Miami's own building, the Mavericks delivered a 21-4 knockout run that sucked the oxygen out of the arena. Dirk raised the trophy on Heat home court as confetti designed for Miami drifted over the wrong team. If you love underdogs, this one was dessert. Number 2, Cavaliers versus Warriors 2016. This wasn't just a loss. This was a historic implosion. The 73-win Warriors, the greatest regular season team ever, looked unstoppable. They blitzed Cleveland early, blew them out in Game 2 by 33, and held a 3-1 finals lead. And then LeBron and Kyrie detonated the entire series. Back-to-back dual 41-point explosions. Draymond Green suspended at the worst possible moment, momentum swinging like a wrecking ball in slow motion. Game 7 became folklore. The block, the shot, the stop. Final score, 93-89. Cleveland ended a 52-year championship drought, and Golden State's historic 73-win season ended with no ring. Even Klay Thompson admitted it means nothing without the title. For many fans, this wasn't satisfaction, it was vindication. Number 3, Lakers versus Pistons 2004. On paper, the Lakers looked unfair. Shaq, Kobe, Malone, Peyton, a starting lineup that belonged in Springfield, not Los Angeles. Detroit didn't care. The Pistons turned this Hollywood script into a bonfire. They didn't just win the series. They dismantled LA quarter by quarter, possession by possession. Game after game, the Lakers' offense broke down. They cracked 90 points only once. In Game 3, they scored 68, their lowest finals total ever. Chauncey Billups ran the series like he had the remote, winning finals MVP, while Detroit's defense turned Kobe and Shaq into frustrated spectators. It wasn't just an upset, it was a message. Talent wins headlines. Teamwork wins titles. Number 4, Nets versus Bucks 2021. Game 7. A masterpiece and a heartbreak wrapped into one. Kevin Durant delivered one of the greatest postseason performances ever. 48 points, no rest, 53 minutes of basketball perfection. And then came the shot. The fadeaway over P.J. Tucker. Net. Crowd erupts, but his foot was on the line. A 2, not a 3. Tie game. Overtime. In OT, the tank finally hit empty. Durant's last shot, an air ball, ended Brooklyn's season. 1 inch, 1 misfire, 1 brutal twist of fate. For Bucks fans, it was a heroic road win. For everyone else, it was the reminder, super teams don't get shortcuts. Giannis dropped 40, and Milwaukee rode the momentum all the way to a championship. Number 5, Sixers versus Hawks 2021. This one didn't explode, it unraveled. The top-seeded Sixers had home court, depth, and expectations. The Hawks had Trae Young and belief. Game 5 was the moment the collapse went from bad to unforgettable. Philadelphia led by 26 points and lost. The crowd couldn't process it. The players froze. The Hawks pounced. Game 7 in Philly sealed it. 103-96. Season over. Trey averaged nearly 30 and 11, but it was Philly's turnovers, hesitation, and fear that made the loss sting. A number 1 seed crumbling to a number 5. Basketball chaos at its finest. Number 6, Clippers versus Nuggets, 2020. The Clippers entered the bubble as the most feared roster in the league. Kawhi, PG, depth everywhere. Championship expectations taped to their jerseys. Up 3-1 against Denver. They looked ready to meet the Lakers in the West Finals. Then the universe said, not today. Game 5, blown lead. Game 6, blown 19-point lead. Game 7, complete meltdown. 89 points. No poise, no answers. Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic played like assassins, while the Clippers spiraled into panic. The collapse was so embarrassing that the team fractured immediately after. Doc Rivers out, narratives shattered, identity erased. And Nuggets fans? Oh, they enjoyed every second. Number 7, Suns versus Mavericks, 2022. This one didn't feel like a playoff game. It felt like a demolition. The Suns' 64 wins, best record, heavy favorites, looked like title contenders. They went up 2-0. They blew out Dallas in Game 5. The series looked sealed. Then Luka Doncic decided to rewrite the script. Game 7 in Phoenix became one of the most shocking wipeouts in NBA history, 123-90. At halftime, Luka had as many points as the entire Suns team. Booker struggled. Chris Paul looked exhausted. The number 1 seed collapsed in real time. Dallas didn't sneak out a win. They kicked the door down and walked in laughing. For underdog lovers everywhere, this was premium satisfaction. Some losses fade. These, however, become legend. They remind us that hype isn't destiny. Stars aren't invincible. And basketball is at its best when the script flips just before the credits. If you enjoyed this breakdown, you know what to do. Stick around because the NBA never stops giving us stories worth reliving.